Imagine Catwoman with no Batman watching her from the rooftops. No Gotham holding her back. No line she has to walk between hero and villain. Just Selina Kyle, 25 years old, with more money than she could ever spend, technology most governments would kill for, and one goal: get out clean. In the absolute universe, Selina Kyle is not the thief who flirts with Batman. According to Scott Snyder, in this universe, Selina is the Batman. The gear, the vault, the suits, the wealth, all of it is hers. She has spent a decade building the perfect criminal empire, and as this issue opens, she is one day away from walking away from all of it forever. She does not make it one day. By the end of this issue, her home is gone, her oldest friend is taken, and the last page drops a name that changes everything. This is the complete story of Absolute Catwoman #1. This video is sponsored by BizSuite. Visit getbizsuite.com. To understand this Selina, you need to know where she has already been. Her face first appeared in a photograph all the way back in Absolute Batman #1, and she finally stepped on panel in costume in Absolute Batman #12 by Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta. In the Absolute universe, Bruce Wayne is not a billionaire. He is a working-class kid from Crime Alley, and one of the kids who ran those streets with him was Selina Kyle. They grew up together, and as they got older, she became his girlfriend. Then, roughly a decade before this issue, Selina left Gotham and stayed gone, apart from rare returns, most recently fighting beside Bruce during the Bane War in Absolute Batman #12 through #14 before disappearing again. Absolute Catwoman #1 is the answer to where she went. While Bruce stayed in Gotham and bolted together a Batman out of nothing, Selina went the other direction. She left, she stole, and she kept stealing until she had built everything Bruce never had: wealth, hardware, hidden bases around the world. Co-writer Grayson has said her Selina is driven by one idea. When you grow up underneath the big guys, real freedom means climbing so far above it all that nobody can ever touch you again. That is the woman this issue introduces. The most successful thief who has ever lived, standing at the top of the world, about to find out the top of the world is not out of reach after all. The issue keeps cutting between Selina's present and her past, and the past is where this version of the character gets her heart. Selina is the daughter of Cuban immigrants. She came to America as a child, and somewhere in that journey, she lost her family. Not to a dramatic murder in an alley. She simply lost the connection, and the system swallowed her. She bounced through Gotham's foster homes, one placement after another, a kid that child services failed over and over again. Two things kept her alive. The first was hope, the hope that someday, somehow, she could find the family she lost. She was sent out of Cuba as a baby, too young to remember a single face. All she has is a postcard with 10 names written on it. The second was a crew. As a teenager, Selina built a gang of thieves called the Calicos. They wore a uniform you will recognize instantly, the classic purple Catwoman costume. In this universe, that iconic look was never Selina's. It belonged to her old crew, a costume for low-level street thieves hitting whatever they could reach. And she built it with Holly Robinson. They met when Selina was 13. She hid Holly from the police on a rooftop, and the Calicos grew out of that friendship. Two kids with nowhere else to go, the closest thing to family the foster system ever gave either of them. Hold on to Holly. She is the reason everything in this issue goes wrong, and the reason Selina cannot walk away from it. Now to the present, and the issue's opening statement. A heist is underway in London, quantum processors, and Star Ruby sealed behind serious security. And there is a figure in the middle of it wearing the classic Catwoman costume, ears and all. Then that figure takes multiple shots to the chest and drops. The shooter is the real Selina Kyle. The person in the famous purple suit was an imposter, a street-level thief dressed in the old calico uniform, trying to work a score that is several weight classes above her. Selina puts her down with tranquilizer rounds, takes the prize herself, and is openly unimpressed by the costume she used to wear. Her own suits, she makes clear, are about functionality, not design. And her current suit proves it. Forget the cat ears. This Catwoman wears a spherical mirrored helmet, a lightly armored jumpsuit that can actually stop a bullet, retractable claws, and an articulated mechanical tail that moves like a living thing. A fifth limb built for climbing and combat. It is less cat burglar, more one-woman intelligence agency. Reviewers compared the whole sequence to a James Bond cold open, and that is exactly how it reads. Precise, expensive, and untouchable. This is page 1 Selina. so far beyond her origins that her old identity is now just a costume other people wear badly. Here is the twist on the empire. Selina does not want it anymore. Her 25th birthday is coming, and she has decided that is the finish line. The plan is simple. Sell off everything in London. Close up every operation. Disappear to a quiet villa in Sicily. She already owns a beachfront property in the Madini Mountains, complete with a private helicopter, and live the rest of her life answering to no one. For Selina, that is what freedom means. Nothing left to lose, nothing left for anyone to take. And then someone from her past comes knocking. Holly Robinson breaks into Selina's apartment, and after years apart, the reunion is not a warm one. Holly is hiding something. She is covering bruises, the kind you get from an abusive husband, and she is scared in a way she will not say out loud. She asks Selina for help with one job, and Selina says no. So Holly leaves a birthday cake on the counter and walks out. Only after she is gone does Selina find what was hidden inside the cake, a mysterious metallic sphere. No explanation. The issue lets this scene breathe through flashbacks. Two calico girls who survive the same foster system, intercut with two grown women who can barely talk to each other. Selina does not understand what just happened. She files it away. She has a birthday to get to, and a life to escape. She should have asked more questions. The night of Selina's 25th birthday, the night she is supposed to walk away clean, her London penthouse is invaded. 5 women pour in, and every one of them is wearing a knockoff of the classic Catwoman costume. The same suit from the opening heist. The same suit her old crew wore. Copycats, in her own old skin, inside her home, on the one night that was supposed to be hers. And they came for the sphere. The fight tears through the penthouse, Selina against multiple trained attackers. They rip the sphere away from her, and it ends with a bomb. The apartment detonates. Selina barely gets out, hurling herself through the window as her safe house, and the retirement she had stacked inside it, goes up in flames behind her. When the smoke clears, the math gets worse. The copycats have the sphere, and they have taken Holly. And in that moment, Selina understands what she missed. Holly's visit was never random. The sphere, the bruises, the fear. Holly was asking for help the only way she could, and Selina let her walk back out the door. The plan was freedom through having nothing to lose. The lesson of this issue is brutal. As long as there is one person you still care about, you always have something to lose. Retirement is over. The chase begins. To get Holly back, Selina reaches her hidden headquarters. And yes, this universe's Catwoman has her own cave. The book calls it the Cat Cave. Waiting inside, under a sheet, is the machine she swore she would never need again. Her narration says it best. God, the Wildcat. It hurts to see a sheet draped over something so beautifully engineered. The Wildcat is Selina's answer to the Batmobile, and issue 1 makes the case that it might be better. It launches as a sleek, high-tech motorcycle, and Selina takes it screaming through the streets of London after the copycats. But when the terrain turns against her, she activates something called Apex Mode, and the bike transforms. Wheels give way to 4 legs. The whole machine reshapes itself into a mechanical panther that sprints across obstacles no vehicle should clear, then folds back into a motorcycle on the other side. The chase puts her right on top of the gang's leader, a rival in her own armored catsuit who fights like Selina's mirror image. Selina describes the duel as a fight on a balance beam at 100 miles an hour, and that is exactly what Bengal draws. 2 apex predators trading blows at speed. And here is the part that should scare you. Selina is losing. The rival reads and counters everything she throws. So Selina does the only thing left. She deliberately takes a hit, and in the half-second her opponent commits to it, she palms the sphere right back out of her enemy's grip. She does not win the fight. She wins the pocket. The leader breaks away, with Holly. The final scene follows the leader, not Selina. She delivers Holly to an abandoned building, mission complete. And then a call comes through her helmet, and the voice on the other end says this. You did an excellent job tonight. We are very proud of you, Cassandra Cain. That is the last page. If you only know Catwoman, the name may not land, but for Batman readers, it is enormous. In the main DC universe, Cassandra Cain debuted in Batman number 567 in 1999. She is the daughter of 2 of the world's deadliest assassins, David Cain and Lady Shiva, raised without speech so that body language became her first language. She can read an opponent's next move before they make it. She went on to become Batgirl for 6 years and one of Bruce Wayne's adopted children. one of the most beloved members of the entire Bat family. In the Absolute universe, her introduction is very different. She is not family. She is the rival Catwoman leading the crew that burned Selina's life down and took Holly. And the "we" on that call means she answers to someone. Whoever sent the copycats after the world's greatest thief on the exact day she planned to disappear is still in the shadows. Issue 1 does not name them. It just makes one thing clear. Selina's past did not knock on her door by accident. So where does this go? Issue 1 leaves 3 live wires on the table. What is the metallic sphere Holly hid in that birthday cake? Who is the we giving Cassandra Cain her orders? And what happened to Holly in the years Selina was building her empire? DC has already confirmed Cassandra is not a one-page stunt. A one-shot called Absolute Cassandra Cain, The Shadow's Hand, by Grayson and artist Matthias Bergara, arrives in September to tell her side. DC says her story is, quote, intertwined with the world's greatest thief, Selina Kyle. I will not guess at what is in it, because nobody outside DC knows yet. What we do know is the shape of the fight ahead. The thief who wanted nothing to lose, against an assassin built to take everything from her, with 5 issues left to settle it. That is the complete story of Absolute Catwoman #1, by Grayson and Scott Snyder, with art by Bengal, colors by Giovanna Nero, and letters by Lucas Gattoni. A 6-issue miniseries, on stands now as of June 2026, spinning straight out of Absolute Batman. Selina Kyle spent 10 years building a life nobody could touch, and it took one night, one birthday, to prove that no one gets out clean. When issue 2 hits, the breakdown will be right here. If you want comic stories explained from the actual page, subscribe to Deli. More full story breakdowns are on the way.